The furniture store keeps calling me back, but I just wanted that one night stand. What's going on, YouTube? Today we're going to be breaking down all of the new gold methods that are going to be available to us with Update 44. It's just around the corner, and it's important to note that most of the endgame players, even late mid-game players, they make the majority of their money doing whatever the newest item is, the newest farming method, get a bunch of gold really quickly, and then they just go back off into the sunset doing whatever they find fun, whether it's trials, PvP, dungeons, whatever, housing, the real true endgame. And we're going to break down what those gold methods are because there's going to be some fantastic new gold methods added that you wouldn't really expect because this is a Battlegrounds update. Some you will, some you may not. Use the chapters below to jump around, and we do very quick intros on this channel, so feel free to hit the like and subscribe button. It would mean the world to me. Let's jump into it. And all of this will be available to us on October 28th if you're on PC or Mac, and November 13th if you play on console. And this may be shocking, but we're going to start with the obvious one. If you do Battlegrounds, you're going to get good rewards for doing so because there's going to be brand new sets that you're going to be able to get from there. There is some delineation between both winning and losing, obviously, and then a competitive win and a standard win. The 4v4s, those are your competitive wins. The 8v8s, those are your standard wins. The biggest difference is, as you can see here on screen, a 1 PvP item set in purple quality, either the new Battleground exclusive set or a still Rewards of the Worthy set. Battleground style items, 3 soul gems, white transmutation geode, guaranteed Battleground style, and a very low chance at the Chef's Aquarius Lost Thesis. That's a big bad boy item when it comes to a money. Then, if you win a standard game, you get a PvP set in a variable quality determined by performance, which is interesting because notably the highest it probably will be is purple. So you're not going to get as guaranteed as a good item. It might be lower quality if you do standard. A Battleground style item, 1 soul gem, white transmute geode, a chance at a Battleground style versus a guaranteed one, and an extremely low chance at the Chef's Aquarius Lost Thesis, which people are already probably commenting that I am absolutely butchering. Any loss is 1 PvP set in variable quality, determined by performance, either a new Battleground exclusive one or one of the previous Rewards of the Worthy ones. 1 soul gem, you can only get style pages by Battlegrounds mailers, are limited to 1 per day. But you can also get them from the daily quest. And we have increased the chance of obtaining the Chef's Lost Thesis. However, it's still rare to acquire. I don't necessarily know how true that statement will hold. So if you are doing this and you get one, I would sell it immediately. Because the population of people who have the Lost Thesis is only going to go up. As people continue to get into Battlegrounds, they get the rewards, it's just going to go up. So if you get one immediately, sell that bad boy immediately. If you get one of the new Battleground sets, I would also sell it immediately. The value of it is going to go down. When Dark Convergence came out, I got a Dark Convergence Fire Staff, and it was worth millions of gold. A week later, it was worth 40,000 gold. 2 weeks later, after that, it was worth 20,000 gold. And these days, it ranges between 20 and 40, depending on how many are listed on the market. But you can see, you go from millions to pennies very, very quickly when it comes to these new sets. So any of the new sets, if you get any of them, whether it's Rewards of the Worthy, Battlegrounds, whatever, sell them immediately. And if you're curious what the new sets are, we have Tracker's Lash, Shared Pain, Siege Master, Bulwark, Fast Strider, and Netch's Oil. Some of them are Rewards of the Worthy exclusive. Some of them are Battlegrounds exclusive. You'll be getting a mix of these, obviously, because you're going to be getting Rewards of the Worthy boxes just by gaining alliance points. And then as you complete Battlegrounds and doing the daily quest, you will also get the Battleground specific ones, most of which will have good resale value. There's no real set here that jumps out to me as terrible, and even if it was absolutely horrible, we see ugly style sell because ESO has a massive completionist population. There's also a population that likes to experiment with things, so when it comes to that, sell this stuff immediately. Trust me, you'll make some money on it. Next up, we have new furnishings. The 10 top recipes will drop from monsters, containers, stealing, etc. from all of Tamriel. Those are all of these really cool Minecraft pieces. And I think that honestly, the best place to get these is actually going to be the place in the Westweld. And for those of you who might be unfamiliar, that is the area inside of the Outcast Inn where you can loot all of these dressers. And then you just simply walk out the door here. And then you wait for the loading screen. Wait for the loading screen again. And then they're all reset again. I think that'll actually be a really good place to potentially get these plans, because usually if you're not stealing a plan, you actually have a greater chance to get that plan. So I think that that's probably what would be the best place to do that. I'll have to do some experimentation, but preemptively, I think this will still be a great place. As always, use Azander when you're doing this. Make sure you have your chance to get extra furnishing plans in your champion point line. Let's get back into the rest of them. And this one at the top I find the most fascinating. 16 new alien-themed recipes, which are bonus loot from Westweld, Gold Coast, and Blackwood Antiquities and Excavating when done on blue, intermediate, or higher difficulty. I find this absolutely fascinating. And the reason is not because I'm like, ooh, I love excavating. But there's a part of me, as a content creator that's like, is there a way that we can cheese this? For example, who's to say that we don't even try to dig up the antiquity? What if we just shoveled for bonus loot, failed, then as we fail, it will spawn near us again, go back to it, fail again, farm it again, and these things, these alien ones, are likely going to be worth tens of millions on PC, and a few million on console. Alien BPs are some of the most sought after BPs that you can have and that you can build items from. And being able to potentially do some really sneaky little method there potentially could be really good. I'm going to do some experimentation on it, so we'll get a definitive answer. But I don't see why you couldn't do this. There was a random motif attached, I think, to one of the ones in Artaeum, like the Sijic one. And that was a method that you could do it. You could just intentionally fail the excavation, go back, farm it, and just see if you could get another BP again. Then we have 25 recipes that are going to drop exclusively from the Westweld, that being for monsters, containers, stealing, etc. So right where we were a second ago, that's in the Westweld area. Just go here again. You're probably going to see like 90% of the player base just in this area with Azander out, just chilling, just opening crates on repeat. 5 recipes will then drop from Miramore incursions. I don't know how well that's going to be, because realistically, the ones that drop from there don't look as cool in my opinion, and there's a significantly less amount of them. So for example, when you're looting 25 recipes in containers, you have a chance to get some really cool purple ones. And if you're doing that area, you also have a chance to get all of these new mine track ones. If you just have a chance to get these 5 blue or, 4 blue and then 1 green recipe, it just seems like that's probably not where you want to invest your time. The recipe that drops from the Dwarven Colossus world boss in Blackreach is certainly interesting and unique. But it's also the only chase item that drops from there, which is interesting to say the least. The home goods furniture, we're not worried about. The 24 furnishings that you can get from Battlegrounds reward coffers, I don't know if these are tradable. Somebody tell me in the comments below. I suspect that they're probably not, because pretty much everything that drops furnishing-wise usually came through a lead and hasn't been tradable. I would love if they made this stuff tradable, so if somebody knows if it is, please definitely let me know, because that would be absolutely awesome. But I suspect that it probably isn't. There's new things that you can purchase. But those are the real big things that are going to be coming out with this big update. The ones that have me the most fascinated are the ones that you can get through the skill lines, and the mine carts and the Dawn Guard ones that you can get from opening crates, because, there's tons of dressers in crates. As we just chill here, there's tons of them, and we can sit and do these. You can see people are doing it actually right now. To get loot right now, because there's actually decent furnishing plans in here regardless without update 44. And to orchestrate my point, here is a random Colovian recipe that you're able to get if you owned the Gold Road expansion. You can actually still find this in dressers today. Here you can see when the Westweld area was first released, people were selling them for significant amounts of money. In fact, the listing average, which is this green line here, was around 7 million gold, and today you'll find it being closer to 400,000. So when I tell you that you can sell these furnishing plans and then just buy them in the future if you really want them, you would be hard pressed to find a furnishing plan that did not have crazy upfront value and then slowly just absolutely plummet. You can see it here. And you go use Tamriel's Trade Center. Go in the description below. Feel free to use the resources in my description because these are going to be fantastic plans to farm. And whether or not you want to sell the furnishing plans, whether or not you want to sell the new Battleground set, you're going to be able to make tons of money. Trust me. As somebody who generally only makes their gold by farming either the current events, that are going on just because it's more cost efficient when it comes to time to do so, or they farm the most newest of things, this is the best time to gold that you're ever going to be able to do until something else is added that's very similar. So trust me. But dear friends, that's going to wrap up the video. What did you guys think? Do you guys like to know the 411 on where you guys can go and do all these things? The other thing that I'm not sure if you're going to be able to do because they're changing how it works is you may be able to go and complete a bunch of Battleground daily quests and then turn in those quests actually right as the update comes out. That is potentially a really good option for you to be able to explore. But I don't know if that's going to work or not because usually if you have rewards of the worthy, it's the loot pool is when you got it originally, so you can't, get a whole bunch of rewards of the worthy and then open them. But if you have the quest completed, but you don't turn it in, I think that you should still be able to then turn it in and get the new crates and items that way. So potentially I would consider doing that just on a bunch of characters, complete some Battlegrounds quests ahead of time. And obviously, if you don't like the Battlegrounds quest that you get, you can abandon it and try to get a different one. But other than that, thank you guys so much again for watching. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, put them in the comment section below. And as always, we're doing our 3 giveaway drawings. All you have to do to enter is leave a comment in the comments below. Tell me anything. Which actually of these do you think you would see yourself doing? Do you like to just open crates all day? Do you like to do some Battlegrounds? Do you like to kill bosses for stuff? Or are you just like, I'm just going to enjoy the new update and not really focus on the hoopla, not interested in the fat rat race, and I respect that. Second thing is just make sure you're subscribed/follow on Twitch and Twitter. And the third thing is look for a hidden word to be flashed up on the screen. If you're the first person to comment that word, you will win. Thank you guys so much again for watching, and I'll catch you later. Bye, guys.
You better remember to like and subscribe to Jakeclips. Or you should. I might have to pluck your eyes if you don't. Or, better yet, I'll skip rope with your entrails. Do it now. Subscribe. Ta-ta. Off with you.